Welcome to Crazy News. My name is Shweta Sinha and now take a look on today's headlines. Hibatullah Akhundzada to be the supreme leader of Afghanistan, confirmed Taliban. Kerala records 32,803 fresh cases and 173 deaths. Positivity at 18%. Nigerian gunman kidnapped 73 students in latest attack on school. Allahabad High Court judge to center make a cow national animal. Fresh guidelines issued by state. Night curfew imposed weekend curfew in Dakshina Kannada. The Taliban has announced that Mullah Hibatullah Akhundzada will be their supreme leader under whom a prime minister or president will run the country. Anamullah Saman Ghani, a member of Taliban's Culture Commission, reportedly said that Akhundzada will also be the leader of the new government. Taliban's political office leader Sher Mohammad Abbas on Wednesday, quoted by Pajwok.com as saying that Islamic Emirate would declare its new government within next 2 days. Sources had earlier told that the insurgents are designed a government based on Iran's model, an Islamic republic where the supreme leader is the head of the state and the highest ranking political religious authority even above the president. Consultations are almost finalized on the new government and the necessary discussion have been also held about the cabinet. The Islamic government that we will announce will be a model for the people. There is no doubt about the presence of the commander of the faithful in the government. He will be the leader of the government and there should be no question in this. He will be the leader of the government and there should be no question on this, Saman Ghani said. Haryana reported no COVID-related deaths after months, even thought it added 20 new infections Wednesday, pushing to the total case count to 7,70,506. According to the health departments, the death toll remained unchanged at 9,677 as no fresh deaths were reported. It was after a gap of several months that the state reported no death during 24-hour period. Among the districts, 9 cases were from the Gurgaon district. Uttar Pradesh reported 19 COVID-19 cases, 2 deaths. Uttar Pradesh reported 19 COVID-19 cases and 2 fatalities due to the disease on the Wednesday, taking its infection tally to 17,09,351 and the death toll to 22,825. On death, each was reported from Maharajganj and Balia. An official statement said here, 4 each were reported from Lucknow and Allahabad, 3 from Gautam Buddha Nagar and 1 each from Meerut, Gorakhpur, Ghaziabad, Azamgarh, Saharanpur, Fatehpur, Maharajaganj and Sant Kabir Nagar. It showed 20 more COVID-19 patients have recovered from the disease, taking the number of recoveries in the state is 16,86,276. Karnataka quarantine protocol for these coming from Kerala. The Karnataka government has recently issued orders making a week-long institutional quarantine mandatory for all students and employees entering the state from neighboring Kerala, which continues to record an uptake in the number of COVID-19 cases. However, there was a confusion that persisted after the guidelines were published. Here's the government has said the latest guideline. Gunmen have abducted 73 students in a new school attack in northwestern Nigeria on Wednesday. Police say just after days of 3 other groups of hostages were freed when the large ransom payments were reportedly made. Attackers descended upon the Government Day secondary school located in the remote village of Kaya. According to the Jamafar State Police spokesman Muhammad Shehu, a rescue operation was ongoing to free the students, he added. More than 1,000 students have been kidnapped from schools in northern Nigeria since December. The gunmen have demanded large ransom payments from parents, and while most pupils ultimately have been released, some have died and been killed in captivity. Rejecting the bail petition of a man booked under the UP Cow Slaughter Act, Justice Shekhar Kumar Yadav of Allahabad High Court on Wednesday urged the central government to bring a bill in Parliament for protection of cows and to declare the cow protection as a fundamental right of Hindus. Justice Yadav also advised the central government to declare cow as the national animal. Keeping in mind the circumstances, the cow must be declared national animal and the protection of cows must a fundamental right of Hindus. Because we know the country's culture and faith are hurt, the country becomes weak, Justice Yadav said. Javed, who was booked for the theft under the Section 358 of the UP Cow Slaughter Act in the Sambhal district in February this year, has been in jail since March 8 this year. In his bail plea, he had argued the allegations of cow slaughter against him were false as he was not present at the spot, and the fake case was lodged against him in the collusion with the police. The bench of Justice Yadav in the 12-page order in Hindi said, "You can't take away lives for the taste buds of a few, and the right to life are higher than the right to kill. Eating cow meat can never be a fundamental right. The fundamental right can't just be a privilege for those who eat cow meat, but those who rely on cow for income and those who worship cows also have the rights to meaningful life." The judge also said the scientists believe that a cow is the only animal that inhales oxygen and exhales oxygen too. Panchakavyam, which is made from cow milk, butter, curd, urine and cow dung, is beneficial in the treatment of some ailments, and as per Hindu religion, there are 33 gods and goddesses which reside in the cow. Justice Yadav said, adding that not just the Hindu, even Muslims understood the importance of the cow in India culture, and Muslims rulers like Babur, Akbar and Humayun imposed a ban on cow slaughter during their festivals. Amid the rising COVID-19 cases in Kerala, the Karnataka government on Wednesday decided to impose night curfew from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. and the weekend curfew from 9 p.m. on Friday till 5 a.m. on Monday in Dakshina Kannada districts. Dakshina Kannada Deputy Commissioner K.V. Rajender issued an order mentioning that restrictions will be continued till September 13. He added that decision has been taken as per the direction of the state government to remain on high alert in districts sharing border with Kerala. The order noted essential services will be allowed during the weekend curfew. Shops selling essential items will be allowed to remain open from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. Marriages will be held in presence of 50 persons after taking permission of local authorities. Meanwhile, Karnataka reported 1,159 fresh COVID cases and 21 deaths on Wednesday. The total number of infections in Karnataka has jumped to 29,50,604 and the toll to 37,339. Out of 21 deaths reported on Wednesday, 7 were from Bengaluru urban, while Dakshina Kannada lodged 5, Udupi 3 and Hassan 2. Dakshina Kannada came behind Bengaluru urban with 199 infections, followed by Kodagu with 95. Mysuru and Udupi recorded 91 cases each. That's it from me and my team. For more updates, keep watching Crazy News.